Namaskar, myself is Deepak Kumar Rath and I welcome you to the digital media of Uday India. Friends, India's electoral bond scheme fails. Transparency triumphs, but challenges remain. On February 15, 2024, the Indian Supreme Court delivered a landmark verdict striking down the electoral bond scheme EBS as unconstitutional. And this decision, driven by concerns about transparency and potential undue influence, has significant implications for future of political funding in India. Understanding the EBS, let us understand what is that. Launched in 2017, the EBS aimed to offer an anonymous and seemingly transparent way for individuals and companies to donate to political parties. Bearer bonds like promissory notes were purchased at specific banks and could be anonymously donated to registered parties who could redeem them for funds without disclosing the donor's identity. Benefits of political parties. Proponents argued that EBS offered advantages for parties and donors. Increased funding, access to new potentially opaque corporate donors, offered financial relief especially for regional parties often starved of resources. Reduced cash. The scheme supposedly aimed to curb black money in political funding by eliminating cash donations. Donor protection. Anonymity shielded contributors from potential harassment or reprisals, concerns and criticisms. However, the EBS faced severe criticism, lack of transparency. Anonymity hampered public scrutiny of party funding, raising concern about undue influence from hidden donors and potential quid pro quo arrangements. Erosion of accountability. Lack of information about donors made it difficult to hold political parties accountable for their funding sources and potential conflicts of interest. Now, limited scope. The scheme only covered registered parties, excluding independent candidates and smaller parties, potentially restricting their participation in the electoral process. Supreme Court's verdict and implications. What is that? The five-judge bench delivered a scathing verdict striking down the EBS on several grounds. One is right to information violation. Citizens' right to know about political party funding and potential conflicts of interest was deemed compromised by anonymity. Electoral law contravention. The scheme's bypassing of Election Commission oversight was deemed contrary to established electoral regulations. And now, undue influence potential. Anonymity raised concern about hidden agendas and quid pro quo arrangements and undermining fair and free elections. Looking ahead, challenges and what are the opportunities? The demise of the EBS presents both challenges and opportunities. Finding alternatives. Parties must explore transparent and accountable ways to raise funds, ensure compliance with legal and ethical norms. Strengthening Election Commission. The Election Commission's oversight needs to be reinforced to ensure transparency and integrity in political funding. Public awareness and participation. Engaging citizens in discussions about campaign finance reform and encouraging transparent donations can foster a more accountable political system. Uncertainties and potential disruptions. Impact on upcoming elections. The immediate impact on upcoming elections, including the crucial 2024 Lok Sabha polls, remains unclear. Parties may face funding uncertainties while adapting to new mechanisms. Potential legal challenges. The government may explore legal avenues to challenge the verdict or introduce a revised scheme addressing the court's concern. Long-term reforms. The judgment presents an opportunity for broader discussions about campaign finance reform, including setting donation limits, strengthening regulations and exploring public funding possibilities. And concluding the issue, the Supreme Court's decision on the EBS marks a significant step towards transparency in Indian political funding. However, the journey towards a truly clean and accountable system is far from over. Finding alternative mechanisms, strengthening oversight, and promoting public awareness are all crucial steps in fostering a level playing field and strengthening the integrity of India's electoral process. That's all for today. Stay tuned with Uday India and subscribe to Uday India. Bande Mataram.